some cold beer waiting out there, but you still can have a look at your booth. Could you just give tell us in 3 sentences what IntuiLab is doing, and then obviously what the reason we invited you on stage is because your way of selling software solutions is very different to most other players in the market. Maybe you can give a shot.
Yeah, you're right. We are quite a different beast, I would say, than the other player on that market. So we are pure software company, an ISV, independent software vendor, and we have created and we are selling a platform called IntuiFace, which allow anybody to create what we call interactive digital experiences. By interactive, we mean mostly that 80% of our customers are touch experiences. And I would love to get some numbers about the touch market. So we have built a tool which looks like Adobe Illustrator, which allow you to drag and drop and use triggers and actions and bindings and all these things to really build very powerful workflows inside an application. And so we have been doing that in the last 5 years, and we take quite a different way as usual for selling our product. So we are French, as you can hear, and we could have stayed in our French kingdom, and we are even outside Paris, in south of France, so it's a larger even handicap for doing business in France. And so we decided to go global, right? And so we adapted the techniques from all the Silicon Valley startups, which is to go and to adopt a business model based on inbound marketing. So the goal of inbound is to attract potential or interested users or visitors, customers on your website. And once you have attracted them on your website, you need to offer them something for them to stay and to continue the relationship with you. And so we offer a free version of our software product that you can download and use. And along the way, you get several emails from us explaining you how you can build your own interactive experience. And we do that automatically. We offer plenty of videos, training, and so on. And then when you are ready to purchase, you will go on our pricing page. All our pricing is there, out there, and you will put your credit card, and voila.
So 90%, 95% of the current business is direct business?
90% is direct business, absolutely, right, until now.
And to be honest, you should have a look on the website. It looks very American. It doesn't look French at all. So it's quite.
That was the goal. We want to hide our Frenchness behind a US Windows curtain. But what we retain from our Frenchness, I would say, is the taste for very high-tech, high technology, which might be useless sometimes, but sometimes being very useful, and also being able to find the right, what is called product market fit. And in fact, we came to the digital signage market not that long ago, figuring out that there was a market for our product, which is digital signage, which was waiting for a solution like us to be able to build very quickly, rapidly, all these rich, really interactive experiences.
And that's quite interesting, because you're doing direct business. The majority of the customers are not typical digital signage customers. They're agencies, they're customers who do exhibitions and everything, who have like a one-time demand and just get accustomed to it. So that's quite interesting. A market many thought you couldn't really address, but something with your direct business model you managed to get that. And that's something we want all to think about when you go home tonight. It's just like, is it always a partner model, or is there also some opportunity to selling certain products, certain solutions on the online way? I mean, I know Chris and I would love to sell stuff online, but it doesn't work, unfortunately, for us. But this is definitely something which is really interesting, and I think it's great that you're so successful with that. And I can only, once you're on the website, you see their banner all over the place.
but also you need to adapt. Once you have proven your market fit, your product market fit, you need to adapt to the culture of that market. And so we are also changing the way or adding a new way to how we are selling by adopting the more traditional way in that market, going through resellers, being more friendly with resellers. Now that we have already that inbound machine working on, we're adding that new stage on top to be better aligned with all the practices of the business, which is very important too, as we have seen in the last 2 days.
Great, thanks. Well, as we're running out of time, I know, for the last 2 days, we gave you a lot of information, a lot of food for thought. Thank you all. Thank you for participating in the panel, and thank you for being here for attending this conference.